A kid once told me when they came, my Mima said that you were a really nice lady, but I guess she was wrong. Like, who's your boss? What are you supposed to be doing? Are you going to get a real job? I told my teacher I was coming today because I had to leave early, and she said, I think my kids need to come there. I am Kerri Tracy, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and I am the director of Child, Adolescent, and Family Services here at Lantern Lane Farm. I finished my master's in 1999, and this is all I've ever done is mental health. And I've had the pleasure of being a school social worker and working in addiction, and then working in probation, and then really starting to treat crimes against children and drug endangered task force, and working with a multidisciplinary team to treat children and give them the best type of services to meet the needs of their brain, and learning how drugs and trauma and neglect really affect the brain, and providing them with services like speech and occupational therapy and mental health and connection and social, and how that impacts a child and being in their community and their attachment levels. And I never realized and thought that I would utilize all of those trainings I had the opportunity to participate in, and how God brought us here. And now I've been in private practice here at Lantern Lane for the past 10 years and really enjoy Lantern Lane and the ability we have to use a broad modality of art therapy and play therapy, sand tray with the animals, and just providing a space that's comfortable for families and for children and grandparents and foster parents and social workers and FBI agents and TBI agents and different community members. And it's really just been a pleasure to be able to use the skills and experiences that God has given me to be able to provide support in my newer community. The populations that we serve here at Lantern Lane are broad, and Middle Tennessee has a variety of different families. We have a large adoption population that really, I've worked in international adoption when I first moved here, and had the opportunity of treating families that are bringing children home from various countries. And so we do some of that, and domestic foster and adoption, and working more recently in the past few years with the opioid epidemic with grandparents and aunts, great aunts and uncles who are raising grandchildren, and young children in their homes who have been done with parenting years ago. And so that's really been a new crisis with the opioid epidemic, and really a need in Wilson County currently. And we have a large population of families that are providing care for young children. I also serve regular typical families, biological parents that are raising kids who may struggle with anxiety or divorce transition, or parent coaching is really one of my passions, is helping regular parents to figure out what it's like to raise a child who might be a similar personality to them or a different personality to them, and really supporting parents who are raising kids who might have a stronger willed child, or an anxious child, or a melancholy child, but really some different types of specialized parenting, if you will. So lots of support for that, and really thinking about also families that have tragedy and loss. So that can happen to any of us anytime. And for example, with tornadoes, we get a lot of children who become afraid of things after that and really want to talk through things. And we have the ability here to do some experiential exposure and really practice bravery and confidence building, frustration tolerance. And that really has been something that's been great, even if it's something outdoors or dogs or animals. So we're able to do that. We work also with court-ordered therapy, reunification for parents that have not been able to be with their children. So we do some court-ordered things like that, supporting parents who need to raise their skills and be able to get their children back in their lives. And and having the broad number of therapists we have here, I have the opportunity for adult therapists to be able to get to know and provide skills for the adult that would be reunified with the child. So we're able to provide information to the court and feel much more comfortable reunifying that child with that parent. Really thinking about my whole life work would be reducing child abuse. I mean, that can happen for any of us at any time, that we can lose our temper or become very frustrated. So really just creating a place where we can help parents to feel supported and caregivers to feel supported, to either reduce their stress or provide a place they can talk to, or provide, helping parents to get a plan for respite so they know, oh, you know what, I need some respite and I don't need to feel bad about that. And then also for foster and adoption, to maintain a placement. If we can support people who are fostering children and provide respite and higher skills, then that's going to maintain the permanency of that placement without a child having to be moved to a different foster home. So that really is very important, because a few small skills and some support can really reduce tragedy and child abuse and danger in our communities without shame, without police involvement. Lantern Lane plays such an important role in Middle Tennessee, providing support to families, to caregivers, to schools, to the success of families and children. And we have had the opportunity of witnessing so much success and life change in families that have been revolutionized by their time at Lantern Lane. And really, the experience that they've had that they didn't know could benefit their family so much. They didn't know that help was available. So being able to be a part of Lantern Lane is so important. And it's such a special place where people feel comfortable and we're at peace, along with the clinical expertise of our staff. We have so much experience and specific trainings and certifications that so many of us have done, that it's a very unique place that we really can provide the clinical treatment and services to change the trajectory of families and children forever. And that's what I really encourage my staff, my interns, people that work here, is the impact that you have is going to change the life and generations of these families forever, because we are able to give hope to families that had very little or none at some time, and children who the experience or the impact or the trauma, the tragedy of their life, or what they thought about themselves would have sent them down such a different path, and things are able to change in such a very specific and wonderful way that hope is renewed and that they are able to just go on and be successful in a way they never thought they would be able to.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that was really good.
You did so good.